Today's story is about door handles. Every day of the year, I'm sure, like me, you will open a door and not even think about where the handle is manufactured. Well, I'm at Instinct Hardware in Birmingham, here in this 65,000 square foot facility. They make tens of thousands of these types of door handles every year, and we're going to find out exactly how they go about their manufacturing process. Neil, this is a very interesting story here. I've got to congratulate you on the success of this business. Certainly moving into a new place like this, you must have some pretty big ambitions for this company.
Yeah, certainly. I think over the last few years we've invested quite heavily in CNC machinery. Like I say, we've got a large building here now which we're looking to expand into over the next few years.
A massive part of your process here, obviously you do import some product, but the majority of your components are manufactured here. On that manufacturing and making side, these Leadwell machines, tell us a little bit about the story behind or the journey of having this equipment here.
Yeah, so we moved into this larger premises probably about 10 years ago now, with the view to kind of move into and use CNC machinery and start bringing production processes in-house. So we started off with a couple of Leadwell CNC machines, one lathe and one machining centre, and every sort of 6 months to every 6 to 12 months we've made additions to our machinery, and it's only slowly grown to 8 machines.
It's a pretty frequent buying habit, pattern, cycle, whatever you want to call it. And most recently we've got behind us here the Leadwell V32 IF machining centre. I want you just to show us these parts here, because this is the type of product that you're making, isn't it?
That's right.
On these machines.
Correct, yeah, that's right. So this is a bespoke lever handle design, which a customer will have came to us with an inquiry, a specific design and shape requirement. We will then create the design in CAD and then put it through onto a machining centre like the one that you see here to machine and create the part.
What I also find interesting coming here today is that a lot of companies are, when they buy machines, they're chasing seconds. They're really looking at reducing cycle times to minimal amounts in order to get production through. You're more interested in the process of being able to complete a part in one hit and get it through your factory, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Reliably.
That's right, yeah. So individual component speed isn't a major factor for us. I would say the major factor for us in utilising machines such as these is a wide variety of processes effectively, and the flexibility that they give us.
And today you've opted for 3-axis solutions here. Have you ever thought about going beyond that, or is a lot of the work you do very simple? Let's have a quick look at this second part here.
This part here, yeah. No, we have, obviously initially we've invested in the 3-axis, but we have certainly got a view to purchase or at least make additions to these machines with a 4th axis.
Because some of these parts are very simple, aren't they? But the materials on them, your machine is stainless steels?
Yes, that's right, yeah. Predominantly 316 stainless steels. So yeah, we need the machinery to be able to obviously machine materials such as these.
And this particular part here is something as simple as just drilling a hole and creating the threads.
Yes, that's right, yeah. So with this particular component, before the CNC machinery, this would probably be a 10 process component going on to various machines, whereas now we can utilise a machine and almost get this off in one go.
Let's go on to, these aren't just the only 2 machining centres. I know you've got another 2 or 3, haven't you?
That's right, yes.
But beyond that, there's turning, and there's not just straight turning, there's multi-axis turning. I'm interested to have a look at your multi-axis machine. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, turning, Neil, you've got quite a few turning machines from Lead Precision Machine Tools. The one that's really caught my eye here that I want to talk about first is this T7, which is a multi-axis machine. What sort of led you from simplistic turning centres up to this rather more sophisticated piece of kit?
Basically we purchased this machine born of the need to do secondary machining operations and eliminate secondary setups on other machines.
And we've got some interesting components here that kind of demonstrate that, really. And one that stands out to me here to start with is something like this. You're starting to introduce engraving into the process. So is this something before you would have had to have sent out to a subcontractor, for example?
Yeah, that's right. So a job like this we would have put out and subcontracted out, but now we've brought them back in and we're able to engrave on various different profiles, round bar and flat bar, using machines like this.
And important to stress, this is like a handle for a door, isn't it? Hence
That's
the
right.
reason it says pull.
Exactly, yeah, that's right. It's a component that will be welded onto a section of a pull handle, and will be put on a
Do you do them with push as well?
We do, yes. Surprisingly, yeah, they'll purchase a set of handles, even though it's called a pull handle. Sometimes we'll have to engrave push on them as well, yeah.
What about this, Neil? Tell us about this.
So this is a door handle knob where a customer required a specific profile and shape. So we will then machine it on a machine like this, where the machine will create the full profile, all the holes and drifts and grooves, etc., and come out with a finished and final product.
You do polish that, don't you? Because we'll
Right.
see one of those complete as well.
Right.
Then moving on, what does strike me is that a lot of these components are very simple, but again, as we've said already, it's about you getting them through the machine shop very efficiently, isn't it? Rather than having to use a lot of machines for simple parts.
Yeah, that's right. One of the main plus points of having machines like this is the flexibility, to be able to create a wide range of parts, as opposed to machining them quickly. So a component like this, where a customer required a particular fluted design, we're able to machine this sort of design on a machine like this, as well as doing things like the engraving and creating the door handle knobs.
How did you find adapting to having two spindles on a machine rather than just one?
It was a fairly easy transition. Obviously the guys from Leadwell, they were able to instruct us and give us training on how to do it. So yeah, it was a fairly simple move.
Again, what I like here, Neil, is the story in some senses is about how this supplier of equipment has sort of helped you from the most simple of machining operations right the way through to the complex tasks. So you've never had to go outside of Lead Precision Machine Tools, have you, to solve a problem?
No, that's right. No, the guys at Leadwell are a phone call or an email away, and they're fairly quick in kind of giving us the information and knowledge we need to be able to create the parts that we need to create.
So Neil, is there a lot of variances in the types of parts that you make, the types of handles that you make?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think one of the biggest factors is now creating bespoke and custom products. So we do all sorts, a whole plethora of different sizes, designs and finishes.
What would be the biggest? Lengthwise?
Oh, the biggest handle. We go anywhere up to about 4 meters, and we have done 70 mil diameter as well. So
It's got to be some door.
Yeah, it certainly does. Yeah, yeah.
Now, one of the reasons for the move into this huge place that you got here and the investment in the Leadwell machines is because you are starting to get demands from customers to respond very quickly.
That's
and
right.
You need to be able to keep complete control. Has that been a big transition in your company?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. So obviously moving into a place of this size, we've tried to bring as many processes in-house as possible, right through from, like you mentioned, the CNCs through to the polishing as well. So yeah, we're trying to bring all of that back, create control, and obviously give our customers a quicker turnaround.
And specifically with the Leadwell machines that we've come to look at here today, I think, as I've mentioned already, maybe on one or two occasions, that it does show the diverse range of the machine tools that they offer, doesn't it? The fact that you can go to them for a solution from a very simple job up to a complex task.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll have inquiries come in with part drawings or components in sample form. And we'll approach Leadwell, show them these drawings or components, and they're able to give us a solution in terms of machine and also right through to the process of manufacturing.
Door handles, big business. What are you turning over?
We're at the moment, the last year we turned over just over 4 million.
And growing.
I hope so, yes.